All right, hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm gonna show some video and shots from our recent cruise to the Caribbean. We had a great time. Our first cruise, yay! I hope you enjoy it. Just wanted to share with everybody. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't do any video or commentary at Alton Ha, which was the Mayan ruins there in Belize, because it's not allowed. So that I would have added some more to that, but it's just pictures there. But hope everybody enjoys it. Has a Happy New Year. See you down the trail.
Jan is the inventor of that app right there. The value of that yacht, $220 million.
Here's the view from the top front bar room. Sitting in port, waiting to go out this evening. All right, see you guys down the trail. Here is the bar that we're currently in. Little 360 of the room and the view outside. And then back around to the front. Pretty cool, right? All right. Okay, here's Patty on our veranda. This is a view of our veranda.
Nice.
Step into the room.
Pretty nice.
Here's our room. A couple chairs.
Yeah.
Our bed, closet, TV, little desk. And this is stepping out onto the veranda, which is where I just was. Right, so you come out here, the view, we got a couple chairs and a table. Otherwise, pretty cool. All right, see you down the trail. Here's the Apex pulling out. I don't know what our departure schedule is, but it's got to be soon. Another ship, Freedom of the Seas, getting ready to go out. We should be going out shortly. All right, see you down the trail. The sun is setting on our first day on the cruise ship. It's going down. We're in Fort Lauderdale Harbor. Cruise ship dock. Pretty cool. So we take off tonight for Ports Far. Very cool. First sunset on our cruise. Alright, see you guys down the trail. Really. Alright, so apparently we are leaving the dock now. You can see us moving. Slightly.
Oh my.
We're moving away.
Garbage?
I don't know. It's not mine.
One of those white things that you...
Patty, what do you think? Are we moving?
We're moving. We're definitely
All
moving.
right.
Because I imagine they have been coming in the morning.
There's the thrusters. You can see them.
There's a lot of garbage down
Get them
there.
out at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, or they have
We are getting ready to leave this port. Our first night. Oh, we're getting quite a ways away over there. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. We're heading out of Fort Lauderdale. Here we go. See you down the trail. I'm by the southern part of the island of Cuba. Another stormy kind of day, although it's calmed down quite a bit. It was pretty rough this morning. But we are now. See you down the trail. And we continue to motor along. Like I said, much calmer now than it was this morning. Alright, we're waiting to go start a process to go into the Panama Canal. Right now we are outside of the entrance to the canal. First thing you'll notice is a bridge. You probably can't really see it. It's up there. Suspension bridge. And everybody's on deck waiting for the event. Capture it as we go through. See you down the trail.
has developed into a very popular tourist area, especially for people on sailboats. Lots of Europeans go there, lots of Canadians, and some Americans as well. The area that I referred to where the channel splits, where you can go left or go right, and we are again going to be going right straight up to the original Gatun locks. The large Neo-Panamax ships would be going to the left to the new set of locks called Agua Clara. Don't agree with this, but I think as we approach the locks, this is probably the trickiest part of the day, the trickiest part of the transit, as they initially maneuver the vessel into the up to the center wall, close to the center wall, to hook up to the towing locomotives, and then begin the initial movement into the lock chambers, which stand alone. If they're empty of water and you go down inside these lock chambers, I mean, they look absolutely enormous. They're about as long as the Empire State Building is tall, and you know, they're 1,000. Each lock chamber is 1,000 feet long and 110 feet wide. But when you have a vessel that is almost that size, maneuvering it into those lock chambers is still very tricky, and that's why we have 2 experienced pilots on board to take care of that maneuver. Moving into those locks, it's basically parallel to us. They're going into Gatun Lake just as we are. They're going through the new locks, the new larger locks, and we're going to go through the original locks here in just a moment. 3 steps, 3 lock chambers that will lift us 85 feet to the level of Gatun locks. Gatun Lake. I think we'll probably only have 4 or maybe 6. Six in total. Our pilot just told me we'll have 3 on each side, so 6 in total assisting as we move into the locks. Altogether, Panama Canal now has about 100 towing locomotives, and they're very expensive pieces of equipment. I don't know offhand when the very last ones were bought. I know in the 1980s when we started, when we replaced the last of the original locomotives that were built by GE way back 100 years ago. In the 1980s, we started doing it in the late 60s, but by the 1980s we had fully replaced the original locomotives and augmented the fleet. And there's about 100 of them operating right now, all built in Japan by Mitsubishi. And the original towing locomotives, back in 1914 when the canal opened, they had 40. They were all built by GE in the United States, and they cost about $13,000 a piece. And today, the last batch, today they'd even be more than this, but in the 1980s we were paying $10 million a piece for the towing locomotive, plus some spare parts as well. But about $10 million for one. We bought 40 of them at $13,000 a piece 100 years ago. We're going to have 26 million gallons of water under the keel of our vessel, which will eventually flow down and out. So 26 million gallons of water is lost with each ship blockage. On each side of the isthmus, when we get raised up out through Gatun, we will use and they will lose 26 million gallons of fresh water. When we go, if we went all the way and went down through Pedro Aguila Miraflores, you would use and lose to the Pacific Ocean 26 million gallons of fresh water. So 52 million gallons of fresh water lost with every lockage. It doesn't matter if it's a big ship or a small ship. Doesn't matter how big or small the ship is, because it's the same amount of water, the block of water that comes under the keel of the ship that either raises or lowers the vessel. You could put a rowboat in to the lock chamber, and essentially it's going to be 52 million gallons of water. You can put a Neo-Panamax or a Panamax vessel in this case into the lock chamber, and it's going to be 26 million gallons of water that gets lost from Ghent, and 26 million on the other side through the other locks. 52 million gallons in total. If you're locking 30 or 40 ships a day through, say 32, 33 ships a day, you can do the math.
All right, presently we're sitting in the Panama Canal. You can see some of the top part of the locks at Gatun Lake. Gatun Lake, Gatun Lake, I don't know, something like that. There's a LPG tanker moving on its way south through the canal. There's some more down that way. Some container ships also making their way south in the canal. But it was pretty warm here today. I was standing out in the sun for a while and I had enough of that, so I'm out here in the shady part of the deck. Alright, see down the trail. And there's the spillway of the dam that forms Gatun Lake on the Cajus River, Shadis River, something like that. Alright. Looks like we have a pilot boat coming. So in the Panama Canal, its pilots get on your ship, and in conjunction with the ship's pilots, they steer the ship through the canal. So this would be one of the boats that comes alongside, and on the A deck they can get off the pilot boat and onto the ship, and vice versa. Coming up alongside now, and either pick a pilot up or drop a pilot off. I would think pick one up. There must still be one on this ship. Go. Just sitting here having lunch at the Panama Canal. Have a great day. Alright, there's Gatun Lake. We are on the locks again. Down the Panama Canal. Pretty cool. views off the stern of the ship. Just looking out of Lake Gaten. So we're in the first lock, and there's another ship waiting to go in behind us. Alright, here's a view looking down the locks, or north of the locks, back where we came this morning. We've got one more lock to go. We're down back to the Caribbean. Alright, see you guys down the track. Are entering the last lock northbound on the Panama Canal, heading back to the Caribbean, back under the bridge that we came under this morning. Our day in the Panama Canal. And there's the water leaving the locks that we're in, going out towards the Caribbean. So it's lowering the water level in this lock so that we get down to the Caribbean sea level and can exit out of this last lock on the canal. Alright, see you down the trail.